Today this video I will teach you how this store is working. This is a store for a fan speed controlling system.
Yes, nodemcu based ESP 8266 web server based fan speed controlling AC fan dimmer. This is a part. This is the second part. First part I made a project. Second part this is the second part which I explain how the store is worked. First, I include libraries. First portion I include the libraries. There are 4 libraries include. Total there one is not used, 3 is used. One is include ESP8266 Wi-Fi.h library for nodemcu communication with Wi-Fi. We need this library. Include ESP ASYNC TCP.h library for ESP web server, and other third library include ESP SYNC web server.h library. This is also used for ESP web server. And lastly, this store is designed for also work with ESP32 board. So that's why there is one more library which is only be worked in the ESP32 if you are using, which is include ESP8266.h library, which is what ESP32 board I am using right now. ESP8266 board, so that's why I am commenting this library, because this library will only be used in ESP32 board. If you have ESP32 board, then uncomment this line, this library, and comment this first library here, and after then we put my password along with username, constant adapter SSID, which is either my SSID is link system. Here we put your own SSID, constant adapter, password equals password. Here I put my own password. You can put your own password. Which password you can give your internet device, which you can either you can use Wi-Fi or your mobile hotspot. Constant int output equals 0, which is a pin we use as an output. Pin 0, digital pin 0 used as an output pin for this project. Slider value, string slider value also set in the 0. Since we use a slider, we slice this slider in first initial state is 0. Then we set constant int frequency equals 5000, which is set the frequency to 5000. Constant int LED channel equals 0. So here we use a single LED channel. Since this software store is used to dim the LED with PWM technique, here we use couple of components to make and add this store to make and control AC appliances. But this store is made for controlling small little LEDs, brightness using PWM technique. We can modify it to use as a middle load, AC load dimming, with some adding more components. Constant int resolution is 8-bit since we are using nodemcu, which is 8-bit resolution. Constant character parameter input equals value. Parameter, which parameters slider can send to a web server and send the code, which are a parameter in form of value. So we can only take a value from slider, not alphabet or any other, which value form of numbering value, not a digit or character. Then we run ASNC web server port 80, which is a port which port it's run by default 80. Then we made then this store is a code which create a pattern or slider in the web browser, which web browser you later can access via IP. This store can give the slider interface, or that interface, which interface needs all the necessary sliders or adjustments can be made in the web page using this store, which is there. And then string, it reads the data from string process constant string variable. It read that reads string, it processes the string which contain string variable, which is a mean of number of digits, right?
It can store multiple numbers such as bits in form of bits.
Here is a baud rate, which is 11,500 serial.billion 11,500 with a communicate with laptop. Then we analyze write resolution, which resolution I set in the web server. It will write the same the resolution into analog write pin, which is analog write pin, analog write out 0, out 0, which is output pin 0. I use here, and analog write output slider value tolerated. This command state the slider value and then sends to the analog output pin. Then is Wi-Fi connection toward starting, which is Wi-Fi.billion SSD password, which is initialized in the Wi-Fi, while Wi-Fi.status not equal to well connected. This line checks whether the network is successfully connected or not. If not connected, then it print dot, which is this line, serial print line, dot connected to Wi-Fi. Or if it's connected, then it's delay for 1000 milliseconds and then continue. And this serial print local Wi-Fi IP, Wi-Fi.local IP, which is IP when internet is successfully established, it will make IP address which will display in a serial monitor, which later we access, and then it will run the server with server.on command. Then it will read the data. This store read the data coming from server with server, and then it's come all the way to down here, and then analog output slider value tolerated. Then write the analog output pin according to the slider value we set in the web server, and also print the analog value, so we can also monitor exact value or this given output, which I will setting on the web server. Else input message equals no message sent. If no any value is that available, then it will print input message, and this line is run the server. First, top portions we include necessary libraries. Here are 4 libraries. One is the most important library. One is depend, either you can use ESP or ESP8266. Then you put Wi-Fi credentials along with username and password. Then we set output pin. Here we set output, define a pin, define a minimum slider value. Then we set up frequency plus LED channel. Then we also set a resolution. We read data from parameter form of parameter input from value. Then we run a ANS web server 80 at port 80 to take the data. Then we make a slider using this stored slider interface in the web browser. Then we use billion command to initialize the computer and communication between computer and the queue itself. Then we set the analog pin to the set resolution. Then I write the analog pin as output. Configuration. Then we set the value from slider and send to the analog output. Then we establish the Wi-Fi. Then we check Wi-Fi successfully established or not. and then we get local IP to access the web address. Then server will start, and server takes data from slider or web page and write to the nodemcu pin according
set value which we can set in the web server will be read by this command server. Then continue, and this video then with the next video I will pause.